As one enters a cram building, one is brought into the space. One becomes a part of it. And I think that's the key. The buildings bring you in. That's a tremendously difficult thing to achieve. When I came in the door in 1991, I had heard of cram, but I really didn't know anything about them. I started by researching the work that had been done in the firm, just trying to understand what was the story. I became fascinated with the drawings that caused those buildings to exist, and they were more beautiful than I could ever have imagined. He was born in 1863, which was right in the middle of the Civil War. He spent many long winters in his father's library reading. He had read Ruskin's books. Ruskin had said the church is the book. It's a book in stone. I think Cram was inspired by that very deeply. The primary quality of Gothic architecture he loved was the connectedness to the past, the connection to tradition.
Let us give thanks to the Lord our God.
He saw the opportunity to do church architecture. The nation was becoming wealthy. He decided to start his own architectural practice. Their practice grew very quickly. He was featured on the cover of Time magazine. These guys worked practically nonstop. I mean, they almost didn't sleep. Toward the end of his life, the modern movement started to really appear. Louis Sullivan and Frank Lloyd Wright putting traditional architecture to death. You have to be original, you've got to be an innovator, copying is bad. It's a mantra of modernism. That caused Cram to be forgotten. He was obsolete. He was made obsolete. I believe art can be a combination of innovation and ideas that have gone before. That's the truth. That's the truth behind this whole myth of innovation. Innovation is growing upon tradition. It's very much Cram. And I thought, wouldn't it be just fantastic to be able to build this kind of a building now? How would we do it? Could we do it? It fascinated me. Cram & Ferguson Architects is a boutique firm. Most of the people who work here are artistic professionals. We take on a few projects a year, predominantly new Gothic and Romanesque churches. And we've been working on the restoration of cram buildings across the country. If you look at the decorative work on the buildings that Cram and Goodhue did, the churches are just covered with their symbols of saints or of passages from the Bible. It was a way of letting the building speak. And that's something that we've started to do. We have reincorporated the symbolic content into the buildings. I believe very strongly that the buildings be a product of handwork. You have the craftsman actually putting his spirit into the work. The building becomes an expression of the community. You can see the grain and the impact of a hand. It makes the building be immediate to people. There is a sense of opportunity in our work. The architect is there as the conductor of the symphony. It's incorporating the whole body of knowledge, and the more you know, the more capable you are of using all of those things to build something new.